The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, BIONICLE Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Sync.
Hey, screw you, LJ.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTV Podcast, episode 143.
That was not cool, man.
Sorry?
We are totally cutting that out.
You're not
Did that.
cool.
I can't believe you said that on air.
But I didn't even hear what he said.
No.
He's yelling at me for no reason.
For no reason, I heavily doubt that.
Wow!
Were you guys just not paying attention before we clicked record?
Beast.
It was like it was a bunch of white noise. I just heard everybody say sync, and then
Oh, my gosh.
LJ said something different, I guess.
Way to be awake, guys.
yelling at me?
Yeah, I
this is
somehow
why you
doubt
guys are
that was
supposed
what
to
you
wake
actually
up
said.
like an hour before recording time.
Okay, listen. Sometimes some things happen where I can't always be awake during the times you guys need me to be.
As in,
Listen,
you forget
I
to,
understand
like-
if we say, hey, we're going to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and we're going to record. Okay, I can get that people might be a little late.
It's freaking
You
lunchtime.
record- Yeah, it's like lunch, okay? You're supposed to be up by around, for me it's 11, for you it's around 10 o'clock, and we record 10:30 really, and we record at 11 your time. That shouldn't be hard to do.
I don't know why you guys still work here.
Kryptonian super sleep.
I've been-
I'm telling
I
you,
have been
I can't help
on
that.
time.
All right. Sometimes sleep just beats me until I'm near death, and I just have to go
We
to a
were
coma.
all up at
If
the same
only.
time last night.
If
We were all
only.
talking.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't even be like, oh, sleep, I went to sleep late. Because we went to bed at the same time.
Who
Literally.
said that
I
I
don't
went to
know.
bed at the same time?
I would assume you'd find it more easier considering you live all in the same kind of country, whereas I live in
Ah.
the
We're
same
an
kind
hour
of
apart.
country.
Viper has to switch
Outsider.
her entire schedule around,
I
and
was
she
up
was still
till,
on
like,
time
4
today.
a.m.
So
Yeah, Viper's always on time. What is your problem? You don't have an excuse.
I told you. Kryptonian super sleep.
Well, hypersleep, you mean?
It's
Super
no,
sleep.
well,
Superman
It
is
is-
super sleep.
it is a healing coma, I think.
I don't think that's what LJ's doing.
It's all that
He's healing
radiation.
from
LJ's
the
just being a
burns we gave him.
All that
Oh.
all that radiation.
Oh, dum-dum.
He's
Whoa.
vulnerable to radiation, so he needs to
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
it off.
You just sleep off the radiation effects.
Yeah. Of course.
You go all
Oh,
supernova and get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know, this is you have done a great job of derailing this conversation. No, you're not getting out of this.
What conversation?
You were late. Okay, fans, listen up. Meso and LJ are the most unprofessional people
I was
I've
on
ever
time.
met in my life. You were not Meso. You were not on time.
not
You're
on
supposed to be on at 11:30. You
Yeah.
showed up at 11:58.
We're supposed to record
goodness.
by 12 o'clock, and we recorded by 12:10, which is not,
Not
how
my
it's supposed
fault.
to go.
That is too. Oh, well, yeah, you're right.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
LJ's fault.
Okay.
LJ wasn't
Sometimes-
even here on time at all.
We had to
he
call
was here
him.
minutes after recording time.
Yeah,
We're supposed to meet up 30
to
minutes
my
ahead
credit,
of time
I got
so that we
here
can go ahead and do mic
lickety-split.
check to make sure our quality is good.
Yeah, Meso had to call LJ, and it sounded like something out of a horror movie. It was like some weird buzzing
The phone was
sound.
messing with my frequency for some reason, and there was like buzzing noises.
Well, no,
and shit.
let's pull this back. Yes, LJ, you nearly wiggled out of it again. Before we start talking about Meso's weird phone, you are still late, and Meso, you're also late. And this isn't just like the first time
This
this
is
has
like
happened.
every episode.
Literally every week.
Yeah,
What's
at
your
least to
problem?
my credit, I get here before Meso does. With a
Not
cup,
today!
Hey.
with a
Not
cup of
today.
coffee,
And
no less.
usually-
And only for the last
usually
couple
it's
weeks.
like-
I guarantee
usually it's-
you that the more times than not with TTV, I have to call you Or somebody has to call
You don't
You're
have...
always asleep.
Yeah, I have to call LJ just about every week. And I call Meso too, but Meso doesn't pick up.
I don't...
Yeah.
Okay.
like,
Honestly,
okay, I
I do
know.
have a legitimate reason as to why that is. I don't
Legitimate
have a
reason.
lot of control over how long I sleep. I have an alarm. I have
There's
an alarm.
aspects of my sleep that I can't control.
I have an alarm that I set. It doesn't wake me up. I don't understand
Don't make
why.
me tired.
I have an alarm on
you
my
won't
phone.
like me when I'm tired.
LJ's shackled by the confines of his own subconscious.
Are you?
I-
Alright.
Yeah.
Can you not just
Something-
set up like multiple alarms?
why don't-
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll do that next week. I'll be here on
No,
time.
Why haven't you done that already?
I'll do
What's
that
up,
on
Takuma?
time.
What would
Cup
you
of
like to-
coffee.
Yeah.
LJ, why don't you set an alarm on your phone? Your phone wakes you up.
Well-
we know this because we call you.
Actually, you see, I have an alarm on my phone. It just goes off. Actually, it went off a few minutes ago while you guys were yelling at me.
Slow clap.
So, okay.
Why would you have your alarm set for then?
Why would you have your alarm set for after we start recording?
Because to be honest,
What's
I
your
don't
problem?
Here,
17
I can
right
explain.
now.
I can explain.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. I didn't set
okay.
my phone alarm, so I don't know how to set it again.
He purposely does it to antagonize us.
No, that's not it.
It's the antagonist.
You can't be so unprofessional in the workplace.
Look, can I briefly interject and do the name order? Even then we can continue
I know, I was
yelling at
gonna say,
LJ.
yeah,
Sure,
If you
sure.
want to know who's all yelling at LJ,
I'm Messadak.
I'm Broderan.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
And this
And we're
is
all on
TTV
time.
episode 143. Continue yelling at LJ.
No, stop it.
What the heck,
Before you
LJ?
continue yelling at LJ, can I just interject something?
Go for
It's
it.
not on topic, but it reminded me. I don't know what's happened, but like the past 4 days, every night around like 2 a.m., I just get like this moment of supreme awareness that it is nighttime and I'm lying in bed trying to sleep. And it's creeping me out.
What on earth?
Like
Really?
Like I'm just lying there, all of a sudden, it's like it's like I can't really put it to words. I just gain like this level of supreme awareness. Like there's some sort of voice in my head going, "It's the middle of the night."
Yeah, there are voices in your head, alright.
I get that
You know, like,
voice,
every-
except it suggests that I'm going to die in my sleep or I have awful diseases and then I become paranoid during the night and get hot sweats and things like that.
It seems like an obvious thing. Yeah, it's night. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. and I'm trying to sleep. But it's just
Poor
like,
Viper.
boom. It's like it's like
Viper,
this
I think we're
awareness
touching
hits
upon.
you right in the face.
It's like
and you can't escape it.
I like Viper. She was like, "Oh yeah, I also get that, except it's Satan telling me things."
I see pictures in my head and my voice tells them to deal with them.
So, long
Deal
story,
with them.
long story short, Viper and Takuma are crazy.
I actually do.
Well, hey,
when
I'm
when
not
I
sure
am
they're
sick-
crazy.
When I am sick, I do hear voices.
That's
really?
weird.
That
And we're
okay.
moving on.
I was
I
kidding when
actually
said
have
I
this
heard
thing.
voices.
That I recently realized. For the longest time, I used to think that I just couldn't sleep. I wasn't getting any sleep at night, and then I'd wake up and not remember what my dream was. But then I recently had a realization that the entire time that I thought I was like up at night, tossing and turning, trying to sleep,
Really
I was
sleep.
asleep. I was dreaming that I couldn't get to sleep.
That is so strange.
And I've had that dream every day of my life for like the past 2 years.
What?
No.
Oh wow.
So
It all- I actually realized this after I had a nightmare one night where I was trying to go to sleep and I was like, I can't do it. So I went up to get some water and then suddenly there's like a little child, like faceless child attacking me. I'm like, oh my god! And then I woke up, right? But I was still in a dream. I woke up in another dream.
Oh my
it's
gosh!
Inception.
That's
And it was another nightmare. A different thing happened.
That's ridiculously hilarious.
It's not
That's
it's not a
crazy.
conception for me where I have like a dream within a dream. I just whenever I'm in a dream and I realize I'm in a dream, my brain just plays a clip of me waking up in bed, and then it continues on. Like I'm like, oh, I'm in a dream, and your brain's like, oh, well, I'll take care of that, and I wake up, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I go back into the dream, and I don't.
Yeah, that's
realize
what
it.
happened to me. That's what happened to me. I dreamt that I woke up.
Right.
But I was still in a dream. It was
Right.
just like, don't, calm down. You're gonna
Right.
stay
Like, no,
asleep.
don't worry, we got this.
I
And
have-
now we're back.
I have dreams.
There are times
where
when I
it's-
will legitimately wake up, like, in the middle of a dream, and then I'll, like, be like, oh no, and then I try to, like, toss and turn, go back to sleep, but it's real life, and the moment I sink back into sleep, the dream picks up from the exact same moment it left off.
That's cool. But you know, the funny thing is, for like I said, like the past 2 years, I've had a dream where I just couldn't go to sleep. Now that I've realized that I was simply dreaming that I couldn't go to sleep, I have been able to sleep just fine ever since. And I
great.
always remember my dreams. It's
Top tier.
really
Well, it's
weird.
because you've gotten used to remembering your dreams so much because they were the dream of you not being able to fall asleep, and you just accepted that.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
So
you
that's how
achieved
you're
a
able to
higher
remember your
state of
dreams a lot
mental
more.
clarity.
Yeah.
Well, whenever
Yeah.
you like, if you've
I
ever
had
done
a few
thing,
times where I've lucid dreamed too since then, where I'm just like, yeah, I'm in a dream.
Oh, I've had a couple of them, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. They're usually nightmares.
if you want to try an experiment once, you can lie down like on your bed and just stay perfectly still and like close your eyes and just wait and relax. And I think after like 45 minutes to an hour, I mean, if you have a lot of free time, if you wait that long, you'll experience your brain start to dream because it kind of like hallucinates in a way. And what your brain will
Yeah,
do
see, that
is
scares
it
me
will-
though, because a lot of people have had some very bad side effects with that, where they just go into like this mental high, where
Right.
things turn really
Has
bad,
anyone
really
Well,
fast.
it'll
suffered from
copy the
sleep
room around you.
paralysis before
I
when
was just gonna
you're
say,
frozen
people
in
who-
your sleep?
Yeah, I was
I've
gonna lead
suffered
into
from
that.
that.
Yeah.
It's awful.
See that? I mean, that's the thing. When you start to induce lucid dreaming that way, it's like you're basically frozen on your bed, watching as like demons rise from the ground or something.
Yeah, okay.
And you,
know,
and you can't get away from it because you're stuck in
Yeah,
paralysis.
but-
A lot
I
of
think-
folks that end up having to happen to them don't really like. Okay, what am I trying to say? First of all,
I don't
you
know
say
what
it
are
like
you trying to say.
I've suffered from that before. It sounds kind of funny. And second of all, yeah, a lot of people who experience sleep paralysis have mentioned feeling a dark presence while that's going on, like in the corner of the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about
You're
to,
kinda-
I
well,
was
you're
about
kinda
to tell
panicking
you
at
about
that
this
point.
one time I had. I think it was based off the situations that happened the couple days beforehand. Basically, my house got robbed, and I was supposed to be there during that time, but I decided, like, just out of this irrational thought that I was just like, oh, I'll stay here instead. And then the
Man,
next-
you like Final Destination
And
to
then-
yourself. That's awesome.
and then
Now death is going to be at your doorstep every time.
I went when I went upstairs. There was like a pair of secateurs on my bed, like, and there was
pair of
no
what?
cut. You know, things you cut bushes with,
Oh, okay.
and they were like
Clippers?
open as if like it was a self-defense weapon. So they might have thought someone was inside the house, and I was originally going to be there that night. So, and then I had a
That's
dream.
crazy.
The couple nights after that, which was like a sleep paralysis, and my bed, the head of my bed, like looks out onto the landing, and there's like the stairs, and I woke up one night and there was this person standing at the top of the stairs, like a dark figure standing at the
Wow.
top of the stairs. It was the most terrifying thing ever. It's making me sweat.
Maybe I should be thankful that I don't get crazy dreams like this.
It's
You
making
know,
me
Well, see,
sweat.
I actually really like nightmares because they're interesting, but I'm also the kind of person that really likes horror movies and horror-themed things. I like being
Right.
scared.
Yeah.
I
You know,
I mean,
I think like
they're-
nightmares are even worse than any horror movie though, because they not
They
only
are.
do they play on your own specific individual fears, they're like a horror movie tailored to you, and
Exactly.
you also believe that they're happening. But a horror movie can be like, "Whew, I'm glad I'm not there." You can't do that in a dream usually.
Well, see, whenever I have a nightmare, I end up realizing it's just a dream.
And then,
Yeah, no,
then-
I've done that too. Sometimes something's gonna be it's so horrifying and like this is so bad it can't be real.
I do
This
not.
Yeah,
can't-
the
this
thing
can't
that
be
I've
happening.
grown up with, that used to happen whenever I had a nightmare, that it's now like my key to realize I'm dreaming is, whenever I would scream, if I tried to scream for help or something, no sound would come out.
That's
Yep.
awful when
Yeah.
that happens.
Oh no!
And like I would be trying as hard as possible to scream, and just nothing would happen.
Yeah.
Or you
And
ever
then,
have- do you
so
ever
that
have it
used to
where
really
you're
freak me out as a kid. Now, whenever that happens, I realize, it's a dream.
Do you ever have it where your vision's like super blurred and you can't see anything or where you're going?
No.
Like,
Sometimes
I'm blind
I can
and everything's
remember
just
when I
so
was younger,
blurred
I would
over.
sometimes have dreams like that.
Honestly, whenever I think about my dreams, it always feels kind of blurry. So I'm not sure if that's how it was or not.
you
Well,
know, I
apparently
once got
mental
attacked by
images
King Kong.
that are mental images that our brain creates are actually blurred, but because we know what they are, we perceive it as being detailed. But in fact, they are more than as usual, they're usually
Right.
blurred.
And the worst part about like nightmares is like it's all like based on your state of mind too. So like if you're scared, the more scared you get, the worse the nightmare gets.
That's why it's
Yeah.
a bad
Right.
idea to watch a horror movie right before you go to sleep.
I don't like realistic nightmares. Like, if it's something... I had this one dream once where there was, like, this cult chasing after me and they wanted to take my heart out, so I was, like, running down the street, and I knew it was fake. I know, it was so scary. It was, like, these women who were, like, chasing after me, and I ran, like, down the street.
Oh no.
Who were
And
they
then
all?
I
Emma
had
Watson?
a dream that I got
Oh wait, no, I was
cancer. And then I had a dream I got cancer, and that was not as fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, see, that's
that's
not a
those
fun
ones.
nightmare.
Horrible
That's just a
nightmare.
depressing
like,
nightmare.
It was like, you're going to die. It was a Walter White situation. I'm like, you're going to die in like 2 months. I'm like, well,
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 better start
then.
making meth.
Several nightmares about the end of the world.
Yeah, I've had a few.
Oh,
of
I've
those.
had
How do you
I
guys
enjoy
dream
those.
this?
I've had
I like those too.
I couldn't
I've
even tell
enjoyed the
you
ones
what kind
where-
of dreams I had off the top of my head.
Okay, I do have to ask one question. Like, I'm sure we've all had a dream somewhere where we either got like stabbed or cut or somewhere
Yeah.
something we should have died from, right?
Probably.
Right.
All the
I can't really
time.
remember, but probably.
Have any of you ever actually dreamed beyond the point of death?
No,
I
if
got-
if I die, I wake
I
up.
had
Have
I had
you?
a dream of purgatory after I died.
I was just gonna say I've only had
Yeah,
one
and it
where
is
the dream
horrible.
kept going after I
I had
died.
it
Okay,
was like
tell me about yours.
it was.
That's weird.
I got.
I have never stayed asleep if I died. If I die, that's the wake up
Yeah,
point.
usually before I die, or if I die, I wake up. But this time, I woke up, and then I wasn't like properly woke up. I was still in the dream, and then it was just my family crying around my dead body.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Gosh, I
You know-
can't. I was like,
Viper, no!
it was just like my dead body. I was like pale, and my face had like I'd gone all yellow because of the stuff that they preserve is they put
Yellow.
on you. And I was
yeah.
just like, my mum was just so torn up. It was like the horriblest thing. I woke up crying. I woke up.
I keep having dreams.
I woke up and just started
That's
crying.
very different from mine.
I keep having dreams where I have to murder everyone I know.
Even
Wow.
us?
Like I become like a spy or something, and to do that, I have to erase my life. So it's like I have to slaughter everyone that I hold dearest to me.
Okay,
Even
you're
us?
first on the suspect
Okay.
list as soon as I die.
And it's just like I'm just cold faced throughout all of it. They're like, "No, why are you doing this for?" And I'm just like,
Splat.
and I
Because
just
I want to be a
just killed him.
spy.
I want to be a spy.
So
Have you guys? Okay, yeah. You can tell your afterlife story. Actually,
yeah,
go for it.
So I dreamed. I don't remember how I died, but I dreamed that I went to purgatory, and can't get into heaven yet. I have to atone for all the wrongs in my life. My punishment was to sit at the bottom of a spiral staircase for like several millennia.
That's
It was
terrifying.
white in every direction, couldn't see anything on the horizon. There was no sky. It was just like I was in a huge white room, bigger than you've ever seen before.
So basically, you were stuck in an
assassin.
You were basically stuck in an Assassin's Creed loading screen.
That went up. Don't know where to. I just had to sit at the bottom step of this spiral staircase, being bored for several thousand
It's
years.
like a
That was my
representation
punishment.
of heaven, and you're down at the bottom. Once you're ready, you can go up those stairs.
Right.
But,
Maybe.
I
I mean,
had a dream
really, I feel
very
like-
familiar
Oh, that's
to
that's
that.
pretty deep, Viper. Nice.
I had a familiar dream like that. It was when I went into like a department store and I went up these stairs, but it was like completely white. You know when you know Bruce, you know
An
Bruce,
apartment store.
Sounds
You
like
know-
a country store,
you know
a country
Bruce
song.
Almighty when he goes into that room where Morgan Freeman is and it's completely white. It was like that.
Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
No, I don't, because I haven't seen that movie.
Well,
Oh
screw
my
you,
gosh,
Meso.
you know-
Anyways.
Wow.
I go up there and there's
Wow.
this old man sitting in a
How
chair,
hostile.
like on this balcony, and like I can hear his like thoughts, and then suddenly like he starts like crying in his head. Then he like jumps off the stairwell, and I scream because I'm like, no, don't do it, don't kill yourself. And he jumped off and killed himself, and I woke up and I was like, what was that about?
Okay, that reminds me of
was-
three different
it was horrible.
things. The first one being, I once had a dream where I was hanging out with this dude that I knew, and then King Kong tore the roof off of our building and tried to attack us.
I wish I had dreams
Sounds
like that.
sweet.
Instead, I have really morbid ones.
That's
where
such a lame dream.
It's like, I think it's
Hey,
not
I had
traumatic.
another one. I had another one very recently, but it's a little bit longer. But
All my dreams are traumatic.
Go
All
on,
my
LJ.
dreams are
Tell
morbid
I
and
know the
horrible.
dream.
the other
Whenever
thing
I have
is,
a crush on a
Sorry.
girl,
That-
she always dies in a brutal way in my dreams.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, all the time. I don't know. I guess it's like my mind trying to condition myself to just give up and not try.
You guys continue, but at some point there is one dream I have got to tell you about.
Has your
mean,
friend
go
ever
for it.
like
This,
ran
like-
up to you one day and's been like, "Oh my god, you're in my dream"?
All the time.
no.
Except-
Usually when my siblings are in each other's dreams, we wake up angry at each other because we did something stupid.
Why does
Oh,
people
it's like
do
the
that?
marriage thing, right? That's
Yeah.
that's what people in
Oh,
marriages do a lot. Is that they'll wake up and be like, "Oh, you did something in my dream," and they're like, they'll be like, "Oh, my wife was angry at me all day because apparently I did something." Have you guys
Tell
ever?
the dream, LJ.
Well, no. It's
Come
not
on.
the dream I want to tell real quick. It's one other thing. There's a theory floating around, floating around that every time you dream, you're not really
funny
dreaming yourself. You're just looking at an alternate life.
That's what it's always.
I've
like for
always
me.
wondered that.
Whenever I'm in a dream where like I meet somebody or I'm doing something, and of course it's a dream. A lot of times, whenever I'll meet somebody I haven't met, and they'll act like my friend, and I'll like, I don't remember you, and then I'll try to remember, and I have this entire history of this person. And a lot of the times in my dream, I'm living like somebody else's life, but it's still me. But it's like
Yeah.
everything's different. I grew up in Wisconsin or something, or I'm at this camp in Oregon.
Wisconsin. Who'd want to live in Wisconsin?
Whatever.
You ever had a dream where you were just a completely different person living in a completely different world?
No,
I-
never.
No.
However, I've had the dream where
Well-
you guys are talking about death. I've had the dream where I died. I like slipped on in a bathroom and knocked my head on the counter and died.
That sounds like what happened
I
to you.
don't believe
his
like-
dreams!
I've dreamt that I died and I faced the Greek gods when I died. And like I died and like I was expecting because like I'm expecting to go there and like God's there and Jesus is there and he's like, "Hey, what up, homie?" And I get in heaven. But instead I get up there and like Zeus is there and like all
Hey,
these
what
the
up,
Greek
homie?
gods
You
are
in
there.
heaven, baby?
And he's like lightning, and the Backstreet Boys come back and they do the
Streets back!
I wish I had dreams
Zeus
like
starts
that.
throwing lightning bolts at me, and like all the Greek gods try to kill me, and like I run out. And then, like,
Meanwhile, the
it turns into a
Backstreet Boys
thing.
are just still
They're
singing in the
playing
background.
Takuma, do you believe in purgatory, or was that just a
No,
concept?
no!
I just want to know. Like sometimes, like when I died, I don't believe in the Greek gods for obvious reasons, but I jumped they were there. Like, do you and Viper, do you like actually believe in purgatory when you had the purgatory
Well,
dreams?
I already know
Yeah.
Viper doesn't, but
I
Okay.
don't, but I believe that there's some form of like spiritual kind of like aura kind of thing. But
We're going there.
I've been deflected of that opinion many times. It kind of switches between like just a pure scientific. When you're dead, that's it, and that's the depressing truth of it all. And there's this spiritual thing going on, and it just keeps changing.
what if your dream was your past life and reincarnation is real?
Well,
I've got a lot of questions.
Okay, that's one thing. I want to get back to that whole.
brutally so many times.
I want to quickly get back to that whole alternate universe thing. Because, yeah, there's a theory that every time you dream, you're just looking at an alternate universe version of yourself. And that's so funny, because every time I wake up, 9 times out of 10, I'll go throughout my day, and then at one point, I'll be in a certain situation where I just go, I've done this before.
Deja vu.
I
Deja
dreamed
vu.
about this
Deja vu.
situation.
Scientific explanation
Deja vu.
for it.
Shoot.
Well,
It's
isn't
basically deja vu is caused by lag. Just not in a video game, in real life.
Great. Now it's in real life.
It's the way it works. It has to do with your senses getting the information to your brain, and there's like this lag, so your brain thinks you've gone through the same thing before.
Well, no, I mean, I actively
Yes.
remember dreaming it.
Well, I also remember like I have
course you
deja
remember
vu of deja vu. All my deja vu includes deja vu now. Whenever I have deja vu, I always go to the thing where I'm remembering, and I remember remembering, and I even mention that I've remembered doing it before. And I'm like, I'm gonna mention I've done before, and then before I can stop myself, I'm like, oh, we've done this before, haven't we? It's
Yeah,
a
like
part
like
of it
a
now. I don't just
precognition deja vu.
right. Exactly.
I've had that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably caused by lag.
Do Bionicle characters dream?
Yes, they do.
Do androids
Do they?
dream of
Yeah.
electric sheep?
Was that confirmed?
Yes, that's. I'm not
So
even.
Bionicle characters have to sleep then.
I'm not pulling this out of the air like the 2000 Gold House. My apologies
3000.
for that again. But yes, Bionicle, Toa, Matoran, all MU inhabitants do sleep. They do have dreams.
Interesting.
Maybe Motonui didn't get put to sleep. Maybe he was just tired. So he like fell asleep.
He just took a nap.
And the reason he can't wake up is because he's dreaming that he's stuck in purgatory or something like Vibrant Takuma.
What if
Vakama's
Akuda was actually
vision.
just like a bro the whole time? He was like, guys, quit trying to wake up my brother, man. He's just trying to sleep.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
like,
been
he hasn't
100,000
had
years.
a good night's worth of sleep in a long time.
Oh, so here's my best friend / cousin. His brother, also my cousin, obviously, but his older brother used to talk in his sleep. So
Oh yeah.
he could ask him questions that he would never answer while he was awake, like secrets and stuff, and get answers from him while he was asleep. And
That's
while he's
horrible.
awake, while he was awake, he'd make some comment about it, and he'd be like, "How did you know about that?"
Wow.
That is honestly terrible. Because I talk in my sleep. I'm terrified of that happening.
What a chump.
It's like the
So
password to my
if
computer
a fan
is.
catches you sleeping at a con, he'll be like, LJ, what's your real name? And you'll tell him.
Where do you live?
So we know what to avoid.
Now, yeah,
House.
yeah.
You know what's really funny? This could have been TTV Talks about dreams.
I was just thinking
Yeah,
that.
it
We've
could've
gone
been.
20 minutes into this. This basically is TTV Talks about dreams at this point.
But no, just chop out this whole discussion and make it TTV Talks about dreams.
Aw.
Yeah, it's actually kind of disappointing we didn't capitalize on that.
Yeah.
Seems like an obvious TTV talk. Oh well, they get to listen to it in the TTV podcast. What's up, guys?
Yeah,
Well,
Bionicle
So do
news.
I get to tell my really weird dream now?
Okay, fine. Tell your really weird
doesn't he have
dream.
a
You always
story?
wait until it's time to move on.
This is the last thing.
Go for it.
yeah,
So,
sure.
as far as I'm concerned, you can all do as you wish. So I had this dream once where one of my sisters comes up to me and says, "So, you know you're getting married today, right?" I was like, "I'm getting married today?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Uh-huh, like that's gonna happen." So, like, yeah, okay, I'm not getting married today, which I don't know anybody. There's no wedding set up. So I just go about my merry business. I'm just doing what I normally do throughout the day. I don't go to any wedding or anything. A few hours later, this random blonde chick shows up, and she goes, "Hi." I was like, "Hello?" She's like, "So, I guess I'm your wife now." I'm like, "What?" Apparently, they had the whole marriage ceremony without me actually present?
Wow.
She had to like kiss a picture of you.
And then, I guess for our honeymoon, we went to some sort of, like, ancient Egyptian pyramid maze that was full of, like, saber-toothed tigers and giant scorpions that were trying to kill me. I don't know what it
That sounds like
was.
the best honeymoon ever.
I just completely ditched her. I don't even know who she is. What do I care whether or not I'm married to her? I
Maybe
just
she,
completely ditched her, went off on my own, tried to save my own skin.
maybe she was the
Was she
woman of
pretty?
your dreams.
Woman
Oh.
of your dreams! Oh, 360 no scope!
I'm pretty sure at this point she's the dead woman of my dreams. There's a lot of giant scorpions.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like the size of a Greyhound bus, okay?
Takuma, you're
Speaking
Kuma,
of
you only
giant
find love
scorpions.
once. Well, no, that's not true.
you're just such a lady killer, Takuma.
No,
Oh, you're a lady killer! 360 no scope!
Hardcore dubstep.
Has
Whoop,
anyone
whoop,
actually,
Do any of you like wake up laughing? I know some of you said you've woken up crying, but had everyone like laughed in your dreams
Yes,
so hard?
yes, I have done that
my
before.
brother
Woken you up.
did.
But I once told a joke. It was the funniest joke I'd ever heard, and then when I woke up, I couldn't remember what it was. It's not just like I thought I told a joke. There was a setup and there was a punchline.
You
I could
sad
remember that they were
sap.
there distinctly. I just couldn't remember how it went.
Man, I've never laughed myself awake, but I've tripped awake. Like, I'll, like, trip over myself in a dream and then just, like, kick in real life and then wake myself up. And that's really annoying, because it's usually in a good dream. I'm
I
like,
remember this
yeah,
one,
I'm having a
I
lot of
remember
fun.
this one
and I trip
dream.
and I wake
It
up.
was pretty pathetic. But like in this one dream, I wanted to ask this girl out, and I asked her out, and she rejected me. And like then, as once she does that, there's this booming voice that's like, even in your own dream, you can't make this happen. And the voice started laughing, and I started laughing so hard that I woke up, and I was laughing at myself for being so ridiculous that I couldn't get the girl in my dream to go on a date with me.
I shared a brother with I shared I shared a room with my brother once, and he was like sleeping on the floor, and I was up in the middle of the night on my iPad, and then suddenly my brother starts laughing hysterically in his sleep, and he wakes up, and I'm just looking at him with the biggest concerned look on my face. He's like, "Was I laughing?" And I was like, "Yes, you were."
Ouch.
That's weird. He's like the Joker.
Yep.
Moral of the story: dreams are
sleep.
weird.
Dreams are
Meso,
strange.
how'd I know you were going to say
Don't
that?
sweeps. Sweeps for the week.
Sleep. I hate sleep.
Dreams are weird.
I can't wait to see
And,
all the fan dreams in the comments.
Yup,
Yeah.
that'll be very fun.
I can't wait to see all the people complaining that we weren't talking about enough Bionicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't
Hey,
dream.
you try.
Those people don't
Yeah,
dream.
they don't dream, guys.
I had a dream, guys, that TTV talked about Bionicle.
Oh my god!
We are probably going to get that comment.
I dream of a world. I know. I had a dream of a world where Bionicle's 2015 story wasn't terrible.
Meso!
I got the jokes. I'm a comedic soul.
That's not a joke. That's an insult.
So
No, it's not-
comedic, Meso. So comedic.
This week we actually got some interesting story details that are kind of leaving me optimistic about the future of this story. Quite honestly,
What are they, Meso?
Really?
The product descriptions from Best Buy.
Are other descriptions really what's making
Best-
you?
Best Buy?
Best
There's a
Buy
couple
Canada
hints in
to be
them that
specific.
kind of make me
Best Buy.
curious about the future and what route they're actually going to take with this.
Yeah,
But yes, the Canadian Best Buy website posted product
Since when
descriptions
does
for all the
Best
sets.
Buy deal with Lego?
Good question.
That's
It's
what
not-
that's a good point. I have no clue.
Yeah,
They
I've
weren't
never
on
really
the
seen Lego
American Best Buy, only the Canadian one. So make of that what you will.
Here's my response.
Well, I mean, Canadian stores don't actually sell like American products like you would think, or like Best Buy, for example, or like Target. Like American stores don't sell like American products.
Yeah.
So it's really just a Canadian thing. So like, if Canadian Best Buy sells toys, well, I guess cool.
Evidently.
I guess they do. If you're a Canadian, well, our Best Buys don't sell toys, so
Yeah, lucky
I guess
you.
you're lucky.
Got more avenues because I have a Best
Yeah.
Buy. If it sold toys, I wouldn't have to solely rely on Target to get my sets whenever they come out.
Yeah, here Best Buy's only an electronics store, so
Yeah, Best Buy is exclusively an electronics store.
Best Buy sucks. They turned me down for a job 3 times.
Best Buy does not have the Best Buys. So what are these descriptions?
Well, it's like a lot of them are fluff. There's stuff about the sets and what they do. There's combo models that may be actual combo models.
yeah, not like
That's
tack
cool.
on ones like the Toas.
Yeah. There's a couple bits about this story that interest me. Believe it or not, Skull Slicers interests me the most. He says, patrol the ruins of the ancient arena with the menacing Lego Bionicle Skull Slicer, an ancient champion animated by the dark magic of the Skull Spider mask.
Ooh.
And
Loss is
that's the
actually
second
intimidating.
time. That's the second time we've heard magic
Lost.
used in Bionicle
There
2015.
we go. Good
The
job,
first
Meso.
time. I said that the first time! You cut me off!
Why do you have to instigate people? LJ?
Off camera, I was telling LJ about this, and I was like, this is the first time since the first reveal. And LJ was like, second time, mister, second time!
Yeah, come on,
And I
just
was
make
like,
it
no.
simple. Say the second time.
The first time we heard it was during the Mask of Creation reveal, where they said the Mask of Creation was forged from raw magic and solid gold.
Mess.
And everybody flipped out and was like, magic in Bionicle? Get that out of here! And now we're hearing it again.
Since when has magic ever been a part of Bionicle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
what's
Tacoma,
going to
have you not
explain
heard of
Jala's death, Meso? Other than magic.
Jala was
Exactly.
forged out of raw
Dick and
magic and
gold.
solid metal.
Freaking Pokeball.
Jala was magic, but no, that's an interesting word choice for them to use. Like, and he was animated by the Skull Spider mask. This makes me think: what if there's a reason that he has a Skull Spider mask and the others don't? Or what if the Skull Spider masks just have that innate capability that we've yet to see?
Yeah, it'd make Beth so happy, and a little bit happier with Skull Slicer.
Yeah, well, it's like, up till now, what do the Skull Spiders really do? We haven't even seen them take control of somebody yet.
Yeah.
Nor will we, because I think they're out of the story for the short term.
They're going to attack.
We know Lost is coming back because they have that vote on the website about who's going to face off against them in the future.
That's not a reputable poll. It's like, that's not for the story, that's just fluff for the kids. Just say like, oh, which Toa can beat Lost, the main villain? Vote now, which is coolest. And yeah, I'm unanimously Tahu.
I tell you,
I think last time
guys,
I checked, Leewa had no votes. I'm not sure if that's still true.
Lou was the one that's gonna Leewa is the one that's gonna get attacked by the Skull Spider again.
We hope.
That'd be nice.
Turn
Yeah, and then we
evil.
learned that Skull Basher is guarding
now
the...
the website's broken.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The story link in the navigation on BIONICLE.com does not even work.
Wow.
Maybe they're updating it.
Yeah, they're updating it, guys. It's
That's
story.
not the way it works.
Yeah, it's not.
But no. We learned Skull Basher is guarding the Temple of Creation. Whatever that is. Whether
Well,
it's
the
Akimu's
Temple
tomb
of
or where the
Creation.
mask of
Yeah,
creation
the weird thing about the Temple of Creation is that it from the box art, that kind of, you would assume that the Temple of Creation is going to be like the area on the box art where Skull Grinder is fighting Akimu, and that's where the Mask of Creation is. But the weird thing is, we were told that the Mask of Creation was lost around the island somewhere, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, it would have to be where Akimu is.
Like the very
In the animations, all three masks, the Mask of Ultimate Power, the Mask of Control, and the Mask of Creation, were lost and scattered around the island, waiting for someone to find them.
You saw that thing, right, Kahi? I mean, like, you walk into NYCC, you look up, you can't miss it, right?
I think Kai is saying that we don't know whether it, just because it was scattered, it could have been scattered into the ancient city.
Right.
We don't know.
But like, there's plant life around it.
Artistic
I
license.
thought. Listen, here's what I think is I thought that the narrator in that thing is the protector of fire, and he's telling this to his kid. But as far as the protector knows, the mask is somewhere out on the island, but it's actually in the ancient city. And when he's telling it's lost somewhere.
But the protectors lived in the ancient city with Akimu's body until they were driven out of it. So if it is in the ancient city, they would know.
That's true. Well, I mean, did they?
Yeah, they got driven out of it.
I guess so. There is a part with the city,
ancient
and
city-
they bury Ikimu. Like they put him
Yeah,
inside like
they
a
lived
coffin
in
and
they
stuff.
lived in the city, and for whatever reason, they left the city.
Yeah, we were talking about this last night. We were saying it can't be Makuta and Akimu's battle that happened because it didn't take place in the ancient city.
Right.
So some other event had to
An
happen.
event caused the protectors to leave the ancient city. But the thing is, we know that the ancient city has been long abandoned because of how it looks and everything.
Right.
It's very much destroyed and decrepit.
What if
That or housekeeping isn't doing their job.
What if the Mask of Creation is like the Mask of Life and it's super sentient because it doesn't have an owner to kind of rein it in? It's just making a mess of things, so that's why everyone left.
Maybe.
I guess.
Could be.
Interesting.
We don't really know enough
The
information.
concept of sentient masks. I'm banking on the Mask of Ultimate Power being sentient. The mope.
The
Keep
mope.
forgetting I have to call it the mope because
The moop.
yeah,
It's a moop.
I'm gonna move.
But Skull Basher, the temple he's guarding, you can see it on the packaging. It's the anvil-like place we've seen in a couple animations. It's probably just where Akimu's tomb is. He's probably just guarding Akimu from the Toa.
Yeah, that looks
Yep,
like the
I'd
forgery
reckon.
where Akimu and Makuta were at.
Yeah, that
to
makes sense for it to be
build.
shaped like an anvil if it is the place where they made masks.
Yeah.
Exactly. Another thing that interested me was Skull Scorpio's description. He braves the dark burial grounds of the ancient city
wait a
in
minute.
search of lost masks of power. And what?
Before Scorpio, this is the Temple of Creation right here in Skull Grinder's thing, right? Or Skull Basher's box art.
Supposedly, yes.
Well, I mean, what if the Temple of Creation isn't necessarily the Temple of Creation as in Mask of Creation, but just the Temple of Mask Creation?
That's what I'm guessing. The forgery.
Okay. Yeah, so it's the forgery. Like we kind of just assume that it means the Mask of Creation when we see Temple of Creation, but it might not necessarily mean that.
Exactly.
Okay. But yeah, then Skull Scorpio.
Skull Scorpio is actively looking for masks of power in the burial ground. And you thought maybe that's Makuta doing stuff. Because he's, like, collecting masks.
Don't spoil
Nobody
my
knows.
autopsy, Maso.
Well, you know, I just kind of wish that we had more names than, like, Skull something. I wish
Here
we
we
had
go
name-
again.
If they
Name
gave
things.
these people names,
Here we go.
I don't mind
Here
because
we go.
these aren't characters. They're kind of just...
They're like
okay,
goons.
fair enough.
They're like
Alright.
goons being controlled by something
I'm
else.
using this as an example. I would much rather have names for the protectors, to be honest.
Yeah,
I agree
Yeah,
with you
definitely.
100%. But no, yeah, it's like the name thing. It's perfectly right. But it's like we've talked about that so much. We're not getting names. We're never getting names. These guys will forever be unnamed.
Haha.
Let's we dug our own grave. Now we must lie in it.
It's important for characters to have, like, actual names that distinguishes them as
Tell that to
characters.
Lego. Write him a letter.
Yeah.
Send him a postcard.
I guess-
with like
I
a
guess it
face
depends
of
on
your
how
a
important the
face
characters
of you
actually are.
crying. And like say, I want names, Lego.
Like, if this is the only time we're ever going to see the protectors, then I don't really care about their names.
I
Fair
guess
enough.
that's true.
But then we need villager names. We need more characters than just a Toa and Ikimu and Makuta.
Yeah.
We need-
Yeah.
Can't,
Agreed.
can't we call the villagers Red Villager number 1 and like Blue Villager number 3?
I
I mean, we still got 2 more years planned, so obviously we're going to get more
Right.
characters then. But
I hope
don't
so.
know.
I
Yeah.
hope it's not just more enemies.
It's
I
just
feel
gonna be
like
more enemies.
it's impossible for
three
me to
waves of the
care.
Toa, and then 3 waves of enemies. Horde enemies with no names.
It's impossible for me to care about these characters, not the Toa, but like what happens to the island if I don't know anybody on the island. That's what made Motonui, like, the stakes for Motonui so much higher, because you knew that these people would be displaced without a home. And like when Takoro fell, that was like oh man, you know,
That's a big
Jolars
deal.
without a home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Meso,
Commas
you said
out.
letter. It reminds me of that one image of like a bunch of Lego executives looking at a board, and there's this letter that a fan made demanding for Bionicle to be returned, and it's just in red ink, and it's got skulls and kind of like dripping blood off some of the text, like red ink blood. It's like, give us Bionicle back, and there's like skulls.
Where
and
was this image?
You don't remember that? It was circulating
No.
like 2011.
I would remember this.
Really?
Like skull images. Find it.
I'll try and look it up afterwards, but yeah, it's something else.
Yeah.
Kind of curious to see what this looks like.
Like
It's
death.
like Bionicle. I'm cautiously optimistic. I want to see how this next wave plays out.
Yeah.
Somebody was speculating that the mask maker is not Akimu. Just passing that along.
Oh
Really?
yes.
Because, like, Akimu, the mask maker has blue eyes, and Akimu has green eyes. And I think the mask maker is left-handed, and Akimu's right. I mean, sorry, the mask maker's right-handed, and Akimu's left-handed.
I guess, but in the animations, Anua is taller than every other Toa. So,
yeah, it's
I
artistic.
don't know if that really
license.
holds much weight.
No, and, like, Pohatu doesn't have his transparent bones. So they
Yeah.
change stuff around in the animations just for the sake of changing them around.
Well,
Yeah,
not
and
just
Anua's
for the sake
axe
of
is a
changing them
two-handed
around.
axe rather than a
I'm
one-handed.
assuming that like
I mean,
maybe
not
the
axe, hammer.
transparency is like harder to do. And it's just for character, like character
Well,
stylization. that
you
they
could
make these
still make
changes.
them like a bright yellow green. They don't need to be
Alright,
like
I think that's
translucent.
true.
Doesn't
That's
have to be
true.
transparent.
Oh, speaking of translucent, am I right?
Oh yeah, we had like a debate the other night about the transparent blue mask of water.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a thing. Completely forgot about.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get that. Currently, if you know the news about the translucent or transparent gold Calcal, we all know that this is exclusive to the Inside Tour.
Which
blue.
can we talk about a bit about how ridiculous that price is? Like, not that
Yeah.
I'm.
Oh, the Inside Tour confuses me.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this event. I don't think Lego's ever done it before, and I'm kind of confused as to who they're marketing it towards, and like
Right,
who they
how
expect to
much
show
does
up
it cost
for
again? Do you remember the cost?
2,500.
2,500.
That's
2,500. That's about, for me, not a entire, like a good chunk of my semester's worth at college. And don't get me wrong, I would love to get an inside tour of Lego, but for 2,500, there are a lot of other things I could get.
There's a
You know
lot
what I'm
of
saying?
food I can get for 2,500.
Like I could literally take that money and go on a vacation somewhere to a foreign country.
We could all
For
meet
about
each
a week.
other.
Right,
Yeah.
I could go to London, and then I could go to like France because they're all part
I don't
of
know
the
why
European
you'd ever
Union.
need to do that.
It's probably marketed towards people that want to get a job at Lego, and if they wish to fork down the money to get a tour of the facilities and make some inroads with people, they can do so.
You pay us,
That-
so we can pay you.
Yeah, pay us to get a job. I mean, if they're gonna get a job and they apply and they get accepted, they're gonna get a tour anyway.
I think it's just, I mean, it's a cool thing, and don't get me wrong, I would love to take that tour, like a Bionicle Insider thing. That sounds fantastic.
It's
but
for entirety
I
of Lego.
can't, I couldn't justify. Oh, it's a Bionicle event though. That's why they're getting
well,
this gold
no,
mask.
no,
it's
no,
not.
no, no.
No, it's a Lego event.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, no, sorry. There's the guy that got the gold mask. There's a special Bionicle thing inside that tour.
Don't say
Yes, but there's also a special Lego minifig
right.
as well.
No,
it's
yeah.
not just
Okay.
Bionicle.
Right.
First of all,
and it's also several days, right? And the guy said like day one of the Lego Inside
yeah,
tour.
It's several different days. He has a bunch of other system memorabilia, and it's blue. The mask isn't gold.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep. Now,
Did
with
I say
that being
gold?
said, the minifigures are just like whatever. They don't actually say anything in particular, but the Mask of Water does say the Lego Inside Tour Bionicle event. So
Can you
that is
link
a
the image in the
distinction
chat?
Right.
that should be made.
That's what I was
Yes.
talking about. There's like
I will
the
link it.
Inside Tour Bionicle event on very clearly on that thing.
Right, but I would assume that a lot of this stuff is
Oh yeah, no, it's
Part of-
just definitely like a general Lego thing.
yeah. It's just really weird because I don't understand who they expect to show up for this. It seems like an odd
Hardcore
price tag.
people.
Well,
Yeah, but hardcore people, you're really gonna drop $2,000 for this?
apparently enough people did to where they just stopped it. You can't sign up for it anymore, at least not for the year.
That's so weird.
Well,
like, why?
It's weird for us, though,
crazy.
because we are college students, and 2,500 is a lot of money to us.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
even as an AFOL, like, if I wasn't a college student with things to pay for, I can't imagine dropping $2,000 just to walk around the facility.
Who knows what
I mean,
they
like,
really do over there?
I
we
would
don't really know.
if I right now I couldn't do it, but if I worked full time and like computer science students, they say will make around 60 grand right out of college, so make 60 grand a month. And right now, I'm getting a new apartment and I can live there for a while. So if I was just doing that, and they said, hey, 2,500 gets you a tour at like the Marvel Studios while they're filming, Captain America: Civil War, I'd be like, yeah, I'll sign up for that. I would do that. I'm not as big of an AFOL as other people are.
I guess.
And
I
so-
guess my question is like, is this meant to be for fans, or like, is this like a tour for like investors or something?
I know.
was
I think
gonna
it's meant to be
say
for fans,
it's
but
yeah.
well, I guess I want to make the point that if you are an adult fan of Lego, more than likely, and I mean, I'm not saying that like, it's every adult fan of Lego, but more than likely, if you have a love for Lego and putting stuff together, you're probably like an engineer, or like you probably have like a job in like a STEM field of study: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because Lego is that kind of, that toy that, that stimulates that kind of thing. And if you've liked Lego your entire life up to becoming an adult, you're more than likely more attuned to doing more stuff in that field, meaning you make more money, meaning that you can afford this kind of thing. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess, yeah.
It's
just
Lego
weird
Jam.
that they would host an
Doesn't
event
Lego
that you
Jam
have
look
to
at
pay them
PayPal?
to get into.
Like, I'm assuming he makes enough money that he could just be like, oh, sure, I'll take that. 120 grand,
It's just, yeah. I mean, it's just weird that you would have to pay them to get into it, because most Lego events seem to be like geared towards fans, seem to be free. It's more like a competition kind of thing than it is a pay them kind of thing. And then not only do you have to pay them, but that payment towards them is such a ridiculous amount of money.
It might be a
Right.
smaller amount.
I've never seen any kind of like event, like a fan event, where you have to pay over $100 to get into.
It might be a smaller amount in like Danish currency. Like it might seem smaller to them. I don't know.
It could
I'm
be.
pretty sure. All right.
Maybe, but
I'm going to do Danish.
Bless you.
I don't know what.
Thank you.
I'm not really sure what the currency is, but I doubt it's going to be that different
Danish
from the
Danish
dollar.
krone. Oh.
Guess not.
That's way okay. Well then, 2,500 Danish krone. Did you say? Is it?
2,500 United States dollars.
Okay.
Yeah, LJ's trying to say that might seem cheaper to the Danish, though.
Oh, no. 2,500 Danish krones is $300 for us. So 2,500 US dollars is 16,651 Danish krones. So
Okay,
LJ's completely
wow.
wrong.
Never mind. It's pricier.
But the cost of living might be like lower though. Like maybe they get paid more for jobs than we would.
Yeah, it's 1.6, I believe. $1 US dollar is 6.66 Danish krones. So about like it's yeah.
How many Danish krones?
Oh shit!
LJ,
Yeah.
you're dumb. You're just dumb.
Thank you.
Silence yourself.
But yeah, I don't know. It seemed a little weird. I'm still not confident like who they're trying to market it towards. I guess it's adults, but I don't know.
It's not us.
It's just a lot of money.
I would go
Yeah.
get the experience I need to become a hardcore Lego fan, build my Kronkiwongis, achieve maximum fame.
Okay, can we talk about the Kronkiwonkies?
Yeah, these.
Yeah.
Brother, you
I guess we
what?
could,
I'm just
yeah.
saying the
Why
video.
not?
Talk about these cranky
I-
wombats.
I want to I feel like they have to be said in an English accent to get the full. Because all those kids are like
Kronkiwongi.
Kronkiwonkies.
Don't
That video
ever
is
do
so
that again,
stupid.
Kahi.
That video is the dumbest thing that I've seen all year.
No, it's not that bad.
No, it's not.
It's not
I
that
didn't think it
bad.
was dumb. It
Yeah, I
just
didn't
clearly
think it was
wasn't
dumb.
marketed towards
It's
I
me.
thought it was
kids.
dumb. Like, if I was a kid watching that, I would be like, "What am I watching?"
What are we talking
This
about?
doesn't. This doesn't make me want to play with
Okay.
Lego. A bunch of kids like slapping bricks together, saying stuff in English
That's
accents,
what a lot of kids
ridiculous
do.
words.
That's what a lot of kids
They're
do
like,
with Legos, though, Messa. That's what I did when I was a kid. I got a big
Perhaps
box of
I had
Legos for
abnormalities.
Christmas with no instructions, and I just built what I wanted to.
Yeah, you just built
That is
stuff.
the
I
Lego
remember
way.
building spaceships.
Messa,
Truly.
I have a
I just
feeling
don't like
you-
how they're branding.
You're gonna have like a son, and he's gonna be doing that. He's gonna be like clipping blocks together, saying, "Look at your Kronkiwongi." You're gonna be like, "No, drop that right now. Go to your room.
Silence, child.
You're grounded."
This is
It's
not
a
happy
mock,
place.
not a Kronky
You're gonna
Wonky.
slap it out of his hand.
It's a mock.
Back to the basement you go.
Yeah.
No,
Go back with
he's
your
down
mocks.
there.
Throw
Go
that
play
Kronkiwongi
StarCraft
in
2.
the trash. No, it's like I don't understand the terminology, and it's like spilling over onto our forum. And everybody's like, "Oh, the Kronkiwongis are so funny. Let's rename the topic." Like,
Yeah, that's
Lego's official new terminology for mocks.
That's-
No, it's
Listen,
not.
the thing about the term is like one thing, but I just don't understand what the purpose of the video is and what they're doing.
Yeah, no,
I know there's some kind of competition on Facebook.
I think what
um,
they're trying to do is that they're trying to say, hey, we've come up with all these things and we always package instructions with them, and now we're gonna. I believe what I got from the video, and I don't know if they're actually doing this. What I got is that if this is successful, Lego's going to sell Kronkiwonki boxes, and there's going to be no instructions. There's going to be a pile of bricks in this
I
box.
thought they sell them
and then you
anyway.
can build.
They used to. They don't anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, they
don't
don't
they?
anymore.
Really?
I
Oh.
haven't seen just a box of just straight up Lego bricks in a very long
I
time.
still have my box of Lego bricks.
I do too.
There with my brother.
I mean,
think,
maybe
like,
I'm wrong and I've just missed it, but I don't think they still sell that.
one of the
Takuma,
joys
do you understand
of life
everything
in
now?
America,
Kind
in
of more or
suburban
less.
America.
Takuma,
Pardon?
do you get the
Repeat that,
gist of
LJ?
things? Okay, I guess not.
Yeah,
Takuma said he
one
didn't
of the-
really understand what was going on.
One of
I'm
the joys of
clueless.
suburban America is
okay,
being
you're
able to go to a
clueless.
yard sale and buy a box of Lego, like that some other kid has kind of grown out of.
Lego
That's-
just basically they're doing a campaign for something called a Kronkiwongi, and it's like
I mean, I just
Mocks.
now watched the video and I still don't get it.
that's all it is. They're like
Yeah,
a
that's what we're
Kronkiwongi does
talking
not
about.
come with instructions.
Yeah, that's all it is.
A
It's
Kronkiwongi
basically
is not in any dictionary and cannot be found anywhere. A Kronkiwongi cannot be
Well, apparently
truly
it can be found
defined
on the web now.
because it is anything you can imagine and build with Lego bricks.
I want that to go in a
It's
dictionary now.
basically a
Build a
creation with no instruction, like that was created with no instructions.
Right,
and no
but
brain
I
cells.
think the video was meant to advertise the competition, though. Because there's a
Well-
Kronky Wonky competition.
Let's
Right.
see what the
But
competition is.
Yeah, I'll link it to you.
I think that it's the other way around. I think the competition is meant to advertise Kronkiwonkies.
I mean, yeah, sure, but they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Stupid, cranky
It's a
acrobats.
marketing scream. Marketing scream. It's a marketing like ploy, I guess, to get more people invested in this creative aspect of Lego, and it's I don't know. I don't know
Epic
where it's coming
fail.
from. I don't know where it's going. I won't say it's an epic fail because we don't know if it's working. We really don't. We don't have those numbers
You're
and
right.
seeing if people are actually contributing to it. Because Ninjago did really well, and I honestly did not expect that.
Okay, yeah.
from
So
that line.
here's the
So-
Kronkiwongi thing on Lego's Facebook page. Now, it's not on a separate Facebook page. It's on Lego's regular page. And there's like just a Kronkiwongi tab there, which I didn't know you could actually make.
Is that really
custom
how it's
tabs like
pronounced?
that. Kronkiwongi, I guess.
Kronkiwongi.
Oh, Wongi?
Wongi.
Yeah,
I could have
Wongi.
sworn those British kids say Cronky Wonky.
Kronkiwongi.
Oh, Kronkiwongi sounds so much better.
This very first tip. Shoot the video on your smartphone. No need for fancy technology. Smartphones aren't considered fancy technology?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean,
no.
I know they're commonplace, but
No.
No, they
I
are.
still got my cell phone has buttons.
Yeah, mine.
Agreed.
So did mine.
Okay,
Same here.
hold up. This is actually kind of clever. Because this is not marketed at us, and it's not marketed towards kids. It's marketed towards parents.
Remember to shoot in landscape on your phone. Thank
What does your
God.
child's Kronkiwonki look like? They're wanting this
If
for
I-
parents to buy it for their kids. That's different.
Again, if I was a parent and I saw this company promoting this thing called Kronkiwongi, I would be very skeptical.
You know, you'd
Well,
be
you're
like,
not a
child,
parent.
come on, what's going on?
And
Are
I
you making
feel-
like?
I
I would
feel
be a
like
lot
most parents
less.
are
I would be a
susceptible to
lot
this kind of
less
marketing.
skeptical and a lot more willing to buy it for my kid if it was called Lego Brick Bucket, and I would be like, okay, I
That's
know what I'm
lame.
getting. I know
No.
what I'm buying for my
I
kid.
do think they should be like a Lego brick something. I think Lego brick bucket is a pretty lame branding thing too.
It is.
But
But the thing is,
Kronkiwongi
I still
is not
we
healthy.
still don't really know if this is for a product
Right.
or not.
You are right.
We're speculating that this is for like a bucket of bricks, but we don't know that. So like, let's just assume that this isn't for that, and we are getting what they're showing right now. This is it. This competition to make a Kronkiwongi.
Well, it's not for. Remember, it's not for people that are already into Lego. These aren't for AFOLs. These are for parents who just buy their kids toys.
They're for future
Right.
Makes me
for
wonder
them-
why they would want to. I mean, I guess.
Right,
maybe
but I don't
some
see why
parents, but
this video would convince them to get a bunch of Legos.
I
It's
just see
because they
the-
want this.
'cause-
Some kids want to be featured and stuff, or some parents want their kids to be featured in something. Parents
Yeah.
are very, when it
I
comes
just
to
also
their
feel
kids,
like a
they're
lot
kinda
of
weird.
parents are
No
gonna be
insults
like, I
to
don't
parents.
give a rip about Lego. I'll just buy the sets for my kids and let them. What the heck? I don't care about this.
Yeah, just
I'm
be
not
like,
I would
Yeah.
imagine
No,
actually. No, I'm
they're
starting
hoping
to.
they'll be
I'm
like,
starting
oh,
to
I remember
understand.
Lego as a kid.
I take issue with the way they're doing it, but I am starting to understand why they're now doing this initiative, because I would imagine in the last couple of years, with the advent of licensed themes, I would imagine most kids buy licensed themes.
Yes, and they have been criticized quite a lot recently because they don't offer that like just straight up bricks. Because a lot
No.
of parents are expecting that when they think Lego.
But no,
Right.
nowadays everything's an IP licensed out, Star Wars or superheroes, or everything is some
A theme.
oddly
theme,
specific theme with like a lore and whatnot, like
Right.
Ninjago or Bionicle. There's
some-
Lego has kind of gone away
And
and
some
moved in a
parents
direction.
Remember
of
in their
stuff.
childhood the Lego that they remember.
Which is
they're
why
like,
this is being marketed towards the
towards
parents.
right?
Yeah.
Which is so it's not as like as bad of a thing as I first thought. Which
Okay.
I have to.
But
I,
I
have to
still-
say, I wish
I
could
understand the
see-
marketing strategy and I understand what they're going for and why they're doing it, but I just don't understand what this is. I still don't
It's
understand
yeah,
what
I
they're
don't
doing.
really know what it is either.
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. Basically, I trust in Lego. Whatever they're doing. We got through debating their marketing strategy last week for the last 2 weeks. I'm sure they know there's a
I was
plan
gonna
behind
say, what's
this.
the winner get? A 14-karat gold recreation of the Kronkiwongi?
Right.
What I want to do is I want to do a test of this with our audience. So, I want you all, whoever wants to help participate in my survey, I want you to show your parents the Kronkiwongi video. And then ask, will you buy me a Kronkiwongi?
No, not will you buy me, but
But
like,
see,
would
that's the
you
thing. We
buy
don't
your
know
kid?
what they're selling.
Right.
We
don't know
I
if
want,
they're
I want
selling
you to
anything.
report back their reactions.
Yeah.
How they take it.
Just say, what do you think of this?
No, just show them the video and see their response. I think that would be more interesting.
Yes.
Saying if will you buy me will put their parents on like why you're
Okay, yeah,
like,
you're right.
You're
fine.
14
just
years
show
old.
them
why
and
do you
tell
want-
them what do you make of this video?
Right.
What does it speak to you at any level? And then report back the results in a week,
Does
and we'll
this
talk
speak
about
to
it.
you deep down inside?
Your parent is crying.
I miss my Kronkiwongi.
I do think it's safe to assume that the Kronkiwongi term isn't necessarily meant to replace mock.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
just
Who
a
came
dumb
up
thing
with
people were
Kronkiwongi?
doing.
Was it one of these random kids who just?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it
That's the
was.
thing.
I feel like it was some old dude working at Lego who was like, let's think of a name a kid would think of. Because, like, the kids seemed pretty confused whenever they mentioned Kronkiwongi.
For all we
They're
know,
like,
this
yeah,
could be
what
a
is
Kronkiwongi?
like, what does it mean to you? And they're like, it doesn't mean anything. But sure, okay.
Well,
I guess
that's
it means
exactly. It's actually a very interesting thing to ponder. Kronkiwongi, no, it's not the official term for mock. Whoever's starting to popularize that as like a joke, it's just not that. That's not what Lego's trying to say. A Kronkiwongi is a Kronkiwongi. It's nothing more, it's nothing less. It's one of a billion things that you can do with Lego. I can make the Kronkiwongo with an O instead of an I, and it's my own thing.
Right.
Lego
For
is
all
like
we
the
know-
most imaginative thing ever. You can do whatever with it.
For all we
That's
know,
the
this
spirit of the marketing campaign.
This could be the
That
same
seems like
thing
what they're trying to
as-
say, yes.
Okay, I mean, I was gonna say otherwise this could also just be another sort of play on, or what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, a combination of Danish words like Lego.
Also possible. Maybe there's
It's
a
like
secret hidden meaning.
Kronkitis Wongilius or something. It's
Maybe this is all an
Kronkiwongi.
alternate reality game, and we're supposed to consult the
Maybe
the
we're
Danish language and like go on a hunt across the internet for like clues. And if we piece
Straight
it
up
together,
ARG.
we'll get a sneak peek at Lego Movie 2.
It is
featuring
one
Kronkiwongi.
thing that I think that they're doing is they're trying to make up a word because you can't search this word and get anything else. Like whenever you Google search Kronkiwongi, you're going to get like a video or that video, or you're going to get like a Lego page. There's nothing there for Gronk, and they're trying to popularize this hashtag. They're trying to do all that stuff. They're trying to do something that gets noticed on social media, but I don't know. It does kind of feel at some points like there are adults out there who are kind of know the idea of social media, and they kind of know how things go, and they're trying to test the waters and like see. It's kind of like if your parent is the type of parent that like hasn't had a Facebook account in ever, and they just get their Facebook account, and they're trying to figure out. They know how to tag people, but they don't know when to tag people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right,
And
and,
if
like-
I was a parent in that situation, this and the BIONICLE mask hunt would make me want to stop using social media.
No,
Like, just blowing up everywhere.
You're not the
stuff
type.
like this.
That's not the type of parent they're marketing towards. There are certain people on Facebook, certain parents on Facebook that would find this very endearing, and would also post and share their kids' Kronkiwongi to all their friends and whatnot.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like this combined with like the mask hunt, a bunch of pictures of like trash cans and stuff. I'd be like, what is Lego doing?
Oh, speaking of which, that contest, Mask Hunt, is going to end pretty soon.
Interesting.
We should all.
I'm not
enter
gonna enter.
one.
I
We should all enter one
cannot.
photo.
I really wanted a gold mask. I don't know why. I'm just not trying.
I mean, if I
but I
find
can't bring myself to try.
if I find like an object that looks like a mask, then I'll try it out. But you don't come across those things every single day, if you know what I mean.
We're just not imaginative enough, Viper.
Yeah.
I wonder if some dude has like tried the electrical socket yet.
Maybe I should like
That-
take out some Skittles and put it in
Take
the
a
shape
picture
of a
of
mask.
the front of your computer tower.
It's not a
I'm gonna
bad
be
idea.
like the most lazy person ever. You know what? I'm doing it.
Whoa,
doing it.
he's going whole hog.
I'm gonna do the laziest thing ever and hope it wins. So after this, I'll throw up a picture of my entry on the screen. But until then, I think it's about time we wrap up this episode.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
All
Me
right.
too, I'm hungry
well,
too.
I thank you all for listening. to the TTV double pack this week. TTV Talks about dreams, and then TTV Talks about BIONICLE.
I'm dreaming of a Kronkiwongi.
I'm dreaming of a Kronkiwongi episode title.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
dre-
dude, Takuma, that's exactly what I thought. That sounds like a great parody.
I'm dreaming of
No,
a
it
yummy.
does not sound like a great parody.
That doesn't fit at all.
I'm dreaming of a
Pull the
yummy.
lever, Kronkiwongi.
I'm
Just like the ones I used to know.
I'm I'm
With a
dreaming.
big gargle boogas.
Take us out, Vessel, please.
I'm waiting for Viper to say what she wants to say.
I am dreaming of a yummy pizza that's waiting for me downstairs.
That wasn't
Nice.
worth waiting. Come on. Let's
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to TTV episode 143. We will see you all next week for the next exciting episode. I'm Messanek.
I'm Broderin.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
I'm dreaming of a hargabati.
And thank you all for watching. Yeah.
That's Takuma.
Yay!
We'll see you all
also
next
Takuma.
time.
Also Takuma Nuva, depending on the day of the week.
Okay.
Goodbye, everybody.
You Kronkiwongi's dream of electric sheep. There we go.
All right, then. Guys, can I please end?
Yes.
Sing us out.
4. Screw you, Kai. 5. Kai.